Hello everyone, welcome back. I know it's been a little while since you've seen me. As you might be able to tell from my voice, I've been recovering from a particularly brilliant cold, which is only just on its way out and has basically comatose me on the sofa for a week, but I'm getting better, and I thought that I would just show you some fabric today because I've not done that for absolutely ages and my stash has been quietly building up in the background. So I have three things to show you. First things first, back in possibly the spring last year, maybe October, I went to the knitting and stitching show, as I tend to do, and I went to Fabrics Galore and I bought this fabric, and I've not really known, I loved it, but I wasn't really sure what to do with it, and I think I have finally found a pattern. It is Liberty, Cotton Lawn, Tana Lawn, obviously. It's a black background, but it's actually quite a lot of gold in it, so I think it's going to be fine and I will kind of get away with the colour scheme. And then it's got little birds wearing pearl necklaces, as you obviously do have in life, and dragonflies and things, so it's beautiful. It's really lovely colours and the fabric's gorgeous. It's very light and it has a quite nice drape to it, and I'm thinking I might try and make the new Sew Over It Ella blouse out of it, because that pattern's right up my street in terms of being waist length and something you can chuck on over other things, so I know it would be a really helpful thing to have in my wardrobe. And I think having something in pattern like this would look really nice. The only thing I'm slightly not sure about is whether it's going to be drapey enough, and it might be a bit too sort of structured for that type of garment, but I think if I made it a little bit more fitted it might still work. So that's what I vaguely have in mind for this. This was, I think, £12 a metre. So that is the first one, and it's very pretty. These others are from Goldhawk Road, I'm afraid, so unless you're in London or prepared to make a trip, I can't recommend where you can get them, sorry. Ooh. This is the first of them. It's plain. It's a sort of tealy emerald green. It's a little greener than it's coming up on camera. 100% wool crepe, which I've been looking for ages. I think I've mentioned many times before how much I love working with wool, and crepe is one of my favourite fabrics for dressmaking because it's just so versatile and it behaves so beautifully when you make it up into clothes. And I was like, well, wool crepe then, that basically needs to happen, doesn't it? It's a combination of my two favourite things. But it's very hard to find not £35 a metre. If you look online, there are places that sell it, but it's very expensive. Rightly, you know, it's very high quality, you know, 100% natural fibre dressmaking fabric. There is a reason why it's expensive, but on Goldhawk Road I found this for £18 a metre. Now that is still more money than I've probably ever spent on fabric. Yeah, probably more money than I've ever spent on fabric, but it was a hell of a lot cheaper than I'd seen it elsewhere. And it's lovely. It's got beautiful drape, it's got that lovely weight, it's a lovely colour, the texture is obviously crepey, and it's totally perfect for dressmaking. Now it's quite thin, I can see you through it, you wouldn't be able to see me through it thankfully, but so, and because it's natural, I actually think it might be alright in the summer in the UK, not the really hot summer, but certainly the next couple of months I think I'd still be able to wear it because it's cold enough out that you still need several layers. But I think this might actually be quite a nice option, and then for the winter obviously it will be perfect. So yes, it's maybe one that I'll only wear briefly at this time of year, but will come back out in sort of the autumn time. So yes, that was from A1 Fabric. So when you're on Goldhawk Road and you're coming from Shepherd's Bush Market, walking away from the market, the first shop on your left hand side, they have a whole wool crepe section. You go in and kind of left and down the back, and they have them in various colours, and this was the one that I liked the best. So yes, this is that's one of mine and I'm excited about it. What I think I'm going to make with this is one of the books from Gertie's Ultimate Dress Book, which is the reason I bought the book in the first place. I was flicking through it, saw the dress, and I was like, well, that's just, you know, I need this in my life. And she made hers out of a hot pink wool crepe and then lined it in silk. I know, she does things properly, does Gertie. So I'm thinking we can do the same. So that's the second one. The third one is the best one. So my mum asked me to make her a dress, probably in August. It's taken us till now to actually get our acts together and figure out what it is we're going to make, but that's okay. She came up to London about 2 weeks ago for the weekend, which was really nice, and we went to Goldhawk Road together. And because we weren't sure exactly what she wanted, we went, we'll let the fabric guide us. So we said, we'll go to Goldhawk Road, we'll go shopping for fabric, and what we see and what you like will determine which dress we then make, or I make, for her. And she wanted something, she's got some quite formal, very tailored, fitted sort of dresses, and then she's got quite a lot of casual clothes. She didn't have a lot in that kind of middle bracket. And she's a power pensioner now, so she goes out a lot and needs, you know, more outfits. So quite right too, as if I have a retirement like hers. I'm not going to have retirement, let's be honest. My generation will be working till we're 95. But my imaginary retirement that I will have, you know, that might be what I do. Then we got to one of my favourite shops on Goldhawk Road, which I can't remember what it's called, I will look it up. It's almost at the very end on the left-hand side, if you're walking away from the train station, and they just do plain, they don't do any patterns, it's all solid colours in silks and wools and all natural fibres. Sorry, cold. And they always have amazing ranges of colours, which is something I really like, because I like working with solids and it's not very easy to find them necessarily, particularly in kind of nice quality fabrics. So I saw that they had a whole row of 100% silk double crepes, and we found this colour and held it up against my mum to check the colour, and she just looked amazing. My mum and I are very different colourings. She's dark haired, well, was dark haired, she's now silver, suits her wonderfully, dark eyed, and she tans very easily. I am obviously the very opposite of that, and she suits black and very vibrant jewel colours. And we found this, and if you get the colour right with somebody, you can hold something up and it just automatically looks incredibly expensive, even if it's not. Now this fabric is the most expensive fabric I've ever been in the presence of anyone purchasing. So I should be clear, it is expensive. That's one reason it looked expensive, but it just, it's so beautiful. Honestly, I would swim in this. The colour is not going to come across as well on camera because it's impossible for it to. It's this like royal blue, and because it's silk, it's taken the colour obviously insanely well. It sort of changes in the light, the way that silk will. It's gorgeous because it's double crepe. It's got this beautiful weight to it. You can see it's quite heavy, and it just hangs like a complete dream. This is all doubled up, so let me just show you. This is the single, and that's a single layer. Oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous. The problem is, this is so beautiful and this fabric is just, I'm completely in love with it, that I am going to have to go back and buy myself some. One day, when I'm feeling slightly less poor. Yeah, so we bought her this. It's so beautiful. And we decided that we would make her a adapted version of the dress that I made for my friend earlier in the summer out of silk. But my mum wants sleeves, so we did the toile. I did the first toile and fit at Easter, and I've just changed the top line, so it has an empire line sort of thing here, but on the bias. So I've just redrafted the whole of the top to change the neckline and bring the shoulders out so we could add light sleeves. But otherwise it looks beautiful and it's a lovely shape on her, and it's going to look amazing, and I'm very excited about it. But I just want to hold her like sleep in it and cover myself in it. It's so nice. I don't really want to cut it up, but I'm going to, because that's what you do. So those are the three fabrics, and that's the plan for the next little while. Anyway, hope you're having good weeks. I hope you haven't been sick, and enjoy your weekends, and I will see you again very soon.